UN to vote on resolution calling for Russia to leave Ukraine. The UN General Assembly is set to vote this week on a resolution calling on Russia to leave Ukraine, with Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba calling on members during a special session to vote and preserve his country's sovereignty ahead of the Russian invasion's first anniversary Friday. The draft resolution, which is non-binding, calls for an immediate ceasefire and highlights the need for accountability for war crimes. The war in Ukraine involves the whole world and is a blatant violation of international law, the European Union's top diplomat, Josep Borrell, said. Here's the latest on the war and its ripple effects across the globe. Key developments. Russia's UN ambassador criticized the peace resolution. Moscow is ready for a solution, Vasily Nebenzia said. The draft resolution submitted here will not help this at all. It will rather encourage the West, which will continue its militaristic line, using the UN as a cover. The Ukraine war has exposed a deep global divide. While Western countries have rallied against Moscow and united in support for Kiev, with President Biden hailing the Western alliance as a global coalition, a closer look beyond the West suggests the world is far from united on the issues of the war, the Washington Post reports. Russia will in the coming year put on combat duty its first launchers equipped with the Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile, which can carry a large nuclear payload. President Vladimir Putin said Thursday in an address marking Defender of the Fatherland Day, which commemorates the Red Army's founding in 1918. He also said Moscow would begin the mass deployment of sea-launched hypersonic missiles. Ukrainian authorities in Kherson announced additional security measures ahead of the war's anniversary, citing a possible escalation. In a Facebook post, the administration asked people to switch to remote work and announced patrols at gatherings. Battleground updates. Finland will send 3 Leopard tanks to Ukraine, and Sweden said it is open to sending some. Finland's package will contain modified tanks designed for clearing mines and other explosives. Swedish Defense Minister Pål Johnson told local news agency TT Sweden is in close dialogue with Germany about a delivery, Reuters reported. An estimated 2,000 Leopard tanks are scattered across Europe, but the German government has to give permission for the transfer of the equipment. The commander of Russia's Eastern Group of Forces is probably facing intense pressure to take the town of Volodar in the Donetsk region, Britain's defense ministry said Thursday. The area is under heavy fire, and there is a realistic possibility that Russia is preparing for another offensive effort in the region despite recent losses there, the ministry said. Wagner Group head Yevgeny Prigozhin said an ammunition shipment is on its way to his mercenaries in a Telegram post on Thursday. It comes days after he launched a bitter tirade against the Russian military, claiming it was depriving his fighters of ammunition. Several hundred foreign troops will soon join German military instructors teaching Ukrainian forces how to use Western tanks and other arms, the head of the European Union's Special Training Command. Lieutenant Gen Andreas Marlow said in an interview with Reuters. The specialists will come from Norway and the Netherlands and will arrive by the end of March, he said. Global impact. The war in Ukraine could rage on for another year, British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace told LBC Radio Thursday, saying of Putin, "I think he's not going to stop." Wallace noted that there were clear signs Moscow's invasion had failed. Putin's 3-day offensive is turned into his 365-day offensive, and he has still not captured or held a single one of objectives. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez arrived in Kiev on Thursday, saying in a tweet that Spain will stand with Ukraine until peace returns to Europe.